Suspect still at large. Police are continuing to look for the suspect in an ongoing assault case. Tonight we'll talk about what the OSU community is doing about it.
Plus, we're continuing our Cooper's Ferry segment with reporter Hayden Wilcox as he shows us how prehistoric peoples used and created tools.
Then we'll be looking at last weekend's Winter Rocks concert in our segment of Molly's Music Minute. We'll have all that and more on the Beaver News.
Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday night edition of the Beaver News. I'm Emily Schucht.
And I'm Molly Jones. We're glad you could join us tonight.
Tonight's top story, the suspect is still at large after an assault this weekend near the corner of 30th and Fillmore Avenue. The attack occurred early Saturday evening around 7:30 p.m. according to police reports. This marks the second attack in 2 weeks to happen on 30th Street. According to the report filed by the victim, a man wearing a black ski mask assaulted her as she was making her way to her vehicle. The victim claims she was pushed to the ground and struck several times before the assailant fled the area because of the victim's active resistance. Since the last attack, many students have been on high alert. We sat down with program coordinator Jenny Lee from the Campus Women's Center for her thoughts.
Ordinarily, when a woman is assaulted, the most frequent case is that she's assaulted by someone she knows. So the two scenarios that have happened recently on campus are scary because they've happened near campus, they've happened in a small community, and we all feel kind of threatened and scared by that. But in reality, this is the least likely scenario for assault. We know from lots of research that women who are assaulted are mostly assaulted by people that are already in their lives, people that they know, either an intimate partner or a family member or acquaintance. But it's not normally, the most frequent scenario isn't from a stranger.
The Women's Center will be bringing in Department of Public Safety Officer Autumn Jordan to speak with students and community members later this week. We spoke with Officer Jordan in a phone interview earlier this week for her thoughts on how you can stay safe at night. We have that interview for you now.
So, common sense is you know your surroundings, always walk in pairs, don't walk down dark alleys, stay in lit areas that are lit up, let somebody know your path of travel. If something looks suspicious, call for help. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions about the assaults. However, those won't be addressed by me. I will simply be giving some guidance and some tools that can be used for individuals that are wandering around campus at night or anywhere for that matter.
According to Oregon State Police, the first assault, which occurred on Thursday the 16th, just after 10 p.m. around 30th Street in campus, happened less than a mile from where the most recent assault occurred. The press release sent out to the OSU student listserv also noted the similarities between the two attacks and raised the possibility that the two attacks may be linked.
Emily, I'm still afraid to walk alone at night. I know the police are doing their best, but I still feel like I need to keep my guard up.
Molly, I couldn't agree with you more. Really terrifying times to be a woman walking alone at night, and I'm just glad we have options like Safe Ride out there for us when we need them.
If you do find yourself walking alone on campus and find that you need transportation from campus to your residence, the Beaver News suggests that you take advantage of OSU's Safe Ride program. Safe Ride is a shuttle service that is paid for out of student fees and is free for all current OSU students. We were able to get a few words from Safe Ride Director Tim Daniels about Safe Ride and its recent popularity.
Like last night, we had those emails that came out on Monday, so we had a bunch of calls. Wait times got really high. We had the most calls we've had in at least the last 2 years on just last night, and so that time, wait times get really long.
Police released earlier today that they still have not found any leads in this case and that the suspect is still at large. The Beaver News will have more on this as the story unfolds.
A fundraiser at Pastini's tonight aims to help kids live healthier lifestyles. Patrons who mention the Linus Pauling Institute when ordering at their local Pastini's can help raise money for the Healthy Youth program. For every mention, Pastini's will contribute 50% of the proceeds of their meal to the Healthy Youth program. This program began in 2009 as a reaction to an upswing in childhood obesity and a lessening priority of nutrition and physical education in schools. According to the Linus Pauling Institute, the goals of the Healthy Youth Program are to provide educational and activity programs to school children and their families and instill healthful diet and lifestyle habits into our youth.
Tonight at the Corvallis-Benton County Public Library, a forum was held by the Collaboration Corvallis Neighborhood Livability Workgroup. This forum was called to discuss the possible creation of a property maintenance and rental housing licensing program in Corvallis. This program would look after interests of property maintenance code, licensing programs for all rental housing units, as well as an enhanced neighborhood outreach effort. This meeting was a result of testimony stating that rental homes are having an adverse impact on neighborhood livability. And now it's time to throw it over to Molly for our Music Minute.
Last Friday, we had 3 different bands join us in the International Forum in Snell for the KBVR Winter Rock Show. The opening act was an indie dance pop group called Ninja Turtle Ninja Tiger. This energetic 4-piece ensemble consists of Dustin Brown on vocals and guitar, John West on guitar, James London on synth and bass, and Stephen Yachts on drums and programming. According to the band's Facebook page, Ninja Turtle Ninja Tiger tries to make thought-provoking music that must be heard more than once to be fully understood. But even at first listen, NTNT's catchy beat makes it hard to sit still. I caught up with lead singer Dustin Brown before the show began.
Anytime we get a chance to play somewhere.
This has been Molly's Music Minute. If you'd like to see more local bands, tune in.
Make new fans. That's really it's an awesome place.
This has been Molly's Music Minute. If you'd like to see more local bands, tune in to Locals Live every Friday at 6. This week we'll have the Solar Cellar in the studio, so be sure to check them out this Friday at 6 p.m. on Channel 26 KBVR.
According to a recent study done by the Institute for Academic Success, national student debt has reached the $1 trillion mark. Currently, ASOSU is trying to decrease that debt by passing a debt forgiveness bill in Oregon. The Student Loan Forgiveness Act was presented nationally in 2012 as a way to reform the borrowing laws. This act would allow for students to default on their student loans after making monthly payments for 10 years. Currently, ASOSU is working with several other student advocacy groups to pass this act into legislation.
Yesterday, we showed you an inside look at what kind of artifacts archaeologists uncover and how stone tools are made. Tonight, we are continuing our investigative series produced by Beaver News reporter Hayden Wilcox. Over the summer, Hayden was able to travel with Associate Professor of Anthropology, Dr. Lauren Davis, for an inside look at what it means to be an archaeologist. Tonight, Hayden will be explaining the significance of this research. The report was supported by the OSU and the Bureau of Land Management.
From the blurred past, history begins to come into focus. Students at the Cooper's Ferry site are given the unique opportunity to find unforgettable items every day, and will also get the chance to see how these artifacts they are finding were actually made.
So the thickness of the piece.
But making stone tools is one thing. Finding used tools that are thousands of years old is something you can't recreate. The tools used by these prehistoric peoples keep their edge as a testament to the craftsmanship of its owner thousands of years ago.
It could be used to cut or to scrape. You can see tiny chips are broken here. And that's the kind of thing that happens when you scrape it along an edge.
Oh, that's sharp.
We found a ton of small pieces of debouchage or waste flakes from stone tool manufacture, as well as some really exciting biface points, blades, modified flakes.
Every item larger than a dime is mapped with a laser transit station. That data goes into a computer program that will help these. From the blurred past, history begins to come into focus. Students at the Cooper's Ferry site are given the unique opportunity to find unforgettable items every day, and will also get the chance to see how these artifacts they are finding were actually made.
We will be continuing our series with Hayden tomorrow, and we will continue this segment every day this week with coverage of different subjects every night. Tune in tomorrow as Hayden shows us how the site is closed for the season and what the process is for protecting a site from vandals.
Oregon State University is unique in that it has a large international program and study abroad services. In partnership with the International Living and Learning Center, the Oregon State campus has seen a drastic increase in the number of international students on campus. But many students are familiar with being away from home and how difficult it can be for students to make friends in a new area. However, one student is making a difference. Daniel Chong is a junior in finance and entrepreneurship and has started a lunch club for domestic and international students, where they can mix and mingle. Here to talk about his club is Daniel Chong.
Hi.
Hi, Daniel. Thank you so much for coming to visit with us. What can you tell us about your lunch club?
So lunch club is about where you can have lunch and then make friends. So it's actually international lunch club where I gather all my friends and a lot of international students here to meet a lot of Americans over here.
And when do your lunch clubs meet?
So we usually meet every Friday from 12 to 2, but the occasion will different every week. So this Friday we'll meet in West Dining, and which is on campus.
Oh, what a lovely spot to meet. And how many countries would you say are represented at your lunch club?
So far, we're still growing to our lunch club, and we will have right now we have over 15 different countries so far, and it's still increasing as we go by.
And how can people find you if they want more information about the lunch club?
So people can all you guys can find on Facebook. We have an OSU Lunch Club on Facebook. So go on Facebook, type in OSU Lunch Club. All the information will be provided over there, and we will post a lot of information for the next week and all the things you can find on there.
Great. So Facebook is the way to look you up. Are there any last thoughts you'd like to tell our viewers about your lunch club?
So we would love to. I would love to call out to every single of you watching the show right now to join our OSU Lunch Club. We meet every Friday from 12 to 2 p.m. and we would love to meet you, and we would love to know you more, and we would love to have you there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Well, that's all the time we have for you tonight. I'm Emily Schucht. Thanks for joining us tonight, and be sure to tune in tomorrow night at 7 p.m. for more of your Beaver news. Have a good night.